Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Sunday, January 5th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 2 of 2025, and in my neck of the woods, it is currently 46 degrees with a high of 48 and a low of 30, and very, very windy. Means the storm system is moving in. Welcome to my broadcast. I'm here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles, and laughs. But also the what, the how, and the why of adult coloring. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. That is always delightful. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who watch this broadcast after the fact. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who see this broadcast when I download it into my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. All right. Let me arrange my chair a little bit more here. Gotta get comfy. All right, let's see who's popped in. All right, Lois is number 1. Lori, number 2. Hello, Amy. Janie. Me. All right. So tonight I'm going to continue with my buddy color. I always have a buddy color that I give away as a freebie out of one of my books. And that way we can color it and you get direct one-on-one mentoring and conversation about the piece. So this is from A Day in the Life of Gnome Jubilee. This piece is as cute as a button, coming out beautifully. I'm glad you guys are happy with it based on the feedback I'm getting. It's a cutie. All right, and then the second piece that I'm working on, this is from a Coloring Heaven edition. It's the steampunk special. This one's a couple years old. This is from 2021. Now, I've done a couple of pictures out of this. We're doing this one at the moment. Done this one. I love this picture. All right. So I hope everybody's keeping warm and dry. Let's see who's popped in. So, Lois, Janie, Lori, Mamie. Hi, Mamie. Hello, Thomas. Tammy. All right, guys, hit that like button if you would, if you like it. And also, if you would please share this broadcast to your timeline right now. Anybody clicking on it can come in while we're live. Now, we decided to name this guy Harland, Harland, because several people commented that he looked like the, hi Eleanor, he looked like the KFC guy. Okay. So guys, like I said, please hit that like button. And please share this broadcast right now if you would. All right, get your paper towel out that you can put your hand on while you're coloring. Now, yesterday on this, I wanted to show you something. And this is how I want you to start thinking about your projects, is what unique things can you do to make it look really cool. And one of the things I was showing you on this, the bubbles only came up part way. So I went ahead and I added more, and I went ahead and I added a reflection of the bubbles in the gear. So this is part of the extra special things I want you guys to be thinking about when you're coloring. What makes your piece unique? Hello, Blossom. Blossom, did you get your Facebook set up? Oh, Tammy, you've been busy. You got your new TV set up and had to get a new cable box and ordered a set of the 256 color colored pencils. Good for you. You decided to go with a larger amount. Sybilesk, hello. It's been a while since we've seen you, young lady. Hello, Janie. Oh, you did get your Facebook set up. Cool. Be sure you contact me directly. And of course, you want to join the group. Okay. So tonight I'm going to work on my gnome outfit. We were doing purples with him. So tell me, guys, how was your day today? Win, lose, or draw? I'm going to say draw. It's been a quiet day. Blossom, you'll send me a message tonight. I set it up real quick on Friday and then have to get back to figuring out the rest. Okay. Maybe just put the link up to the Facebook group. Thomas, draw, you played video games. Lois, draw, the first day back at work. Lori, draw. Janie, draw. Sybilesk, draw. Blossom, you did join the group and got to see everyone's amazing coloring uploads. Oh yeah, it'll open a world for you. And the neat thing is, Blossom, is that as I'm doing new images, because of course I'll have a new freebie after this one for the buddy color. You'll be able to download it and color along with us. Okay, let me swatch the colors for you. Dark, medium, and light. Oh, today, Blossom, you spent most of the day in bed. Was that a good thing? Okay. Let's start working on his tunic here. Now, on grayscale, I like to start with dark, although it does not matter which one you start with. And what I meant was, on this one, I'm starting with dark. And remember, you just want to skim in your color. Some of you get heavy-handed with your pencils, and that's going to mess you up every time because you take away your ability to shade and shadow and do anything else with your pencils. Maggie says, happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday to one and all. Hello, Allie. Allie, oops. Or I should say Allie, oop. Maybe that's another book I should be doing. I've got 2 Wizard of Oz books. No, I've got 2 Alice in Wonderlands. And yes, Blossom, welcome to our Facebook group. Maggie, you're just listening tonight? Okay. Hello, Angie. Now, remember, if anybody has any questions about color and grayscale, ask. Okay, so here's my dark color on the inside of the jacket. And then I'm going to go to my medium. So Angie, you want to know if you can send a copy of one of the books I asked you about? Yeah. The way to do that, Angie, is to look it up on Amazon and then purchase a gift certificate for the price of the book plus tax. And then I'll pick that up. So it'll be next month, Angie? That's fine. Yeah, that sounds really good. I'm sure the group would enjoy it. Okay. Oh, it's line art. Okay. Yeah, Russ got a snake. Okay. Now, let's start with our medium. And notice how I'm blending over the dark. Yeah, Angie, you can let the group know the name of the books. Yeah, anybody is welcome to get a book for the group, a coloring book that you want me to color. Just let me know what it is. And that way I can double check and make sure that we already don't have it. And in fact, Angie, what would be perfect is take a screenshot of the books on Amazon and send those to me. It is pouring rain out. Now, be sure when you're doing this, especially on the layers of cloth like this, that you don't accidentally cover up your light areas, because that's what makes the folds of the cloth. Okay, Angie, thank you. Got it. Okay. Tammy, sorry about that. We are so sorry about your loss. Now, notice how we're leaving the edge along the arm. Here's our medium on the inside of the arm. Now, while I'm here, I'm going to add a little bit touch of yellow on the edge, because our ring is shining everything up. So let's get that on there. And then there's the inside of the sleeve. Okay. Who's coloring this with me tonight? Tammy, you're just watching. Janie, you're coloring. Now, notice how I'm getting this to be as smooth as the baby's behind, right? Let's go back with the dark here. Angie, you're coloring out of romantic coloring. Okay. Now, we've got to get these little swirly things. There's some medium in here. And then we'll pop in a little bit of medium under this belt buckle. And around the lining of this jacket. Take your time, guys. Coloring is not a race. Okay. Now, let's color in our medium next to our dark here. And notice how I'm blending over these edges of the dark to get it to blend in. And start giving us that really cool look that we want. What's the number one skill that I always tell you that you should absolutely master in adult coloring? All right, and let's get our medium here up above blending. That's right. Guys, you've got to have your blending skills on par. If I had to make a choice for you, I'd rather see you have top-notch blending and lousy color choice than top-notch color choice and lousy blending. Blending, 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 ride. And what is the definition of blending when it's done correctly? All right, now I've got my light. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not going to color that bottom hem yet. Thomas says when one color seamlessly blends into the next. That's right. When one color seamlessly disappears into the next. That's right. Absolutely. Now I'm coloring in little circles here. Blossom, you're getting pretty good at blending. Not perfect, but definite improvement. Good. Guys, remember, when you're coloring, you're not seeking perfection, you're seeking improvement. Okay, now I'm coming back with my medium here, adding a little bit of shadowing underneath. Angie, you're getting better with blending. Good. Now, the neat thing about colored pencils Sybil-esque, you're having a snowstorm. Woo-hoo! Yeah, Blossom, let me show you what it looks like. The top banner says new skills training. You got it. Okay, the neat thing about colored pencils is that when you put down a darker color like this and then come back over it with a light, the darker color doesn't disappear. And that's where you're getting all your little dimension, look at dimension, when you can shade with your darks and your mediums. And notice how I'm working on either side of this little area right here, and it elevates it. Okay, now I'm going to take my lightest color. Maggie, high tomorrow for you is 46. Today it was 74. I'm going to take my lightest color and I'm going to color in over the top of the bottom here. I've got something in mind for this. Now we do have our light, medium, and dark in here, so you can definitely see the hem. Oh, that's good, Angie. You're doing the LASIK, right? Yeah, here in Tennessee, we're supposed to have freezing rain come in overnight tonight, and then by tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be melted away. Oh, Thomas, you're going to the doctor tomorrow or on Tuesday and getting that scope done to find out what's going on with your stomach. Okay, now I'm going to pop down to the pants. And I'm going to work that in reds. So we'll get a light, a medium, and a dark red. So let me swatch this for you. I'm going to work basically reddish oranges. It's kind of a pink. Here's my medium. Oh, let's see here. Oh, Sarah, you helped in church, so it's been a long day for you. All right, let me change this up here. Oh, let's see here. Okay, I've got it. Okay, there's our dark. Actually, I've got that reversed. Let's try this again. There's our dark. There's our medium. Oh, I'm just having so much trouble with this. Hold on, we'll get there. Yeah. Dark, medium, and light. There you go. Good grief. Okay, now that I've got that figured out, so I'm going to start with my dark. Now again, when you start out with your initial color, when it's your dark, don't pound your pencil into the paper. You always, when you apply your colors, have to remember that you're putting them in to blend. And if you put them in too dark, it's going to streak. Eleanor, are you still here? So here's your dark. So Eleanor, is this with the grayscale making sense to you? Here's our medium. Now, I'm actually going to pop in for a second here and put my light in right now. Which is fine. And I'm going to come in with my yellow. They call it mellow yellow. Hi, Grace. Tammy is absolutely going to love her 256. Here's the yellow again on the front from our reflection. All right. Back to our medium. And then our light. And as Thomas said, let your pencil do the work. Don't choke it to death trying to pile drive the color into the piece. All right, let me clean up just a little bit here. Okay. Then we'll go over to our other leg. Let me finish up with my light here. And notice how I'm using this light pencil to do the blending over the top. Whenever you're coloring fabric, you want these colors to blend in as much as possible, and that's going to give you your soft, foldy look. Okay, now we've got our medium here. Eleanor, you're learning shadows and highlights like a glow from the lamp. Perfect. Now, we've got grass down here, so when we put our medium color in, we've got to put it in with the idea that we're going to be putting grass, little grass tendrils in there. So you want to leave those little slots open. And then I'm going to come in with my light and I'm going to blend all of this together. Okay. And I'm going to go back on this first pant leg because I want to darken it in a little bit. And what do I always say about going back to an area to color? Is it's never wrong to fine tune. Okay, Blossom. Let's pull out and take a look at this. I don't think I've had a mellow yellow either. Okay, let's do his little socks here. Now, you do know that gnomes dress erratically, right? And before I do the socks, I need to go back to my jacket and finish my light color. Grace, are you coloring along with me? It's not hard. Okay, now we're coming in with the light. And notice how I am back blending over the previous color. We're merging the one color into the next. This is the blending part. You want that blend to be seamless. Grace, you said no, not yet? Oh, Sarah, you said it's hard to wait on your new book? Oh, yeah. The word search. Yep. You guys are going to love that book. Okay. Now I'm going to come back with my dark purple. And I want you to notice how I am now shadowing underneath that cuff. And that's going to make this cuff stand out more. See it? And then I'm going to come back with my light and we're going to blend this cuff even more. See how I'm softening that sleeve? Blending, 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 right. And then I'm going to come in with a little bit of white. And I'm going to put that on the cuff in the middle. And then I'm going to come in with that light yellow. And we're going to have that little bit of that light tinge underneath. So we can honestly say that this ring is lighting up our gnome. And then I'll finger blend. And again, remember that gnomes are notorious for not dressing themselves very well. I drink nothing but water. Guys, if you look at the ingredients on your sodas. Oh, you got your white out just before I did? Good. Janie, you have no idea how much I'm glad to hear that. Thomas, it's a brand new book that it's under review right now on Amazon. And what it is it has 50 word search puzzles, and then it has 50 related images. So, for example, if you have a picture of a ballerina, the word search puzzle is going to be all about ballerinas. All right. Finger blend. Guys, please, please, please cut back on your sodas or eliminate it altogether. It is the worst thing for you. It's that aspartame that's causing you the problem. Okay, I'm going to come in with an olive green. And that's the color I'm going to make the belt. I would say that I could almost guarantee you that if you cut out sodas from your life, a lot of your health problems are going to go away. And that's right, aspartame is a major trigger for migraines. Okay, guys, check out the olive green on the belt. Now I'm going to make it a little darker on the left-hand side, so that means what? Repeated strokes. Be sure to get in between your buckle here. So Amy says, hi Blossom and everyone I may have missed. Laying here with eyes closed listening, have a headache. That's a bummer. Okay, then I'm going to pop in with a little bit of my white. And so I'm going to put that white in and I'm going to finger blend it. Read the ingredients on the back of your cans of soda and you're going to see that it's full of aspartame and a number of other things that aren't good for you. A lot of sodas also have that red dye in it, although I am reading that the government is finally moving to get red dye out of a lot of our foods. And then as Maggie mentioned, the regular is sugar loaded. Guys, that stuff is made to be addictive. Now I'm just coming in with my red a little bit and darkening this a bit. The soda companies want you guys to be addicted. Okay, guys, what do you think of our little gnome? It's very scary what's put in food and drinks. But see, then again, if we cut out things like soda in general on our diets, then that cuts into the medical industry. The medical industry basically profits off our illnesses. Okay. Now, I have to put a few of these little beads. And that way it carries the pattern down from the hat. So I'm going to get out my little micro beads. Oh man, these things are tiny like you wouldn't believe. All right. Blossom, your thumb number 18. Cool. I wish I had a way to show you the relative size of these things. I mean, oh, teeny, teeny, tiny. All right, so here's my glue with my little micro dispenser. Whoops. Thomas, I would not even drink soda every once in a while because every time that you drink that can, you're slamming your system with the chemicals that are in there. And the thing is, every time you drink that stuff, it creates that dependency in your system for more. Okay, now I'm not worried about too much of a pattern here. We're just going to do a little cluster of these teeny tiny beads. Okay, check it out. So Sarah, I love that you showed us how to put gems on with your diamond paint pen. Oh yeah, game changer. Yeah, instead of being addicted to sodas and aspartame, I'm addicted to coloring and coloring pencils. I agree, Blossom. Yeah, this tool is absolutely a game changer. Okay, so we have a little cluster here. And if you want, you can push these beads around into kind of a pattern. But let me pull that out. Oh yeah, this glue bottle, you got to fill it up with your glue, but it's got this little micro point on it, and it's perfect for gluing in teeny tiny areas. Now, I was going to put some beads on that hem, but I'm not going to do that. I think what we have is enough. What I always tell you, don't get stupid with your add-ons. Janie, you got some out of Temu yesterday? What, the bottles? Now, one little thing I'm going to do, when I was coloring his ear, I got a little blemish on it. I may have pulled up the paper a little bit as I was coloring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little rhinestone and again I'm going to use my little tool. Oh, come on. So we'll put up a little dollop of glue there. And then I'm going to put that rhinestone on. All right. There are lots of ways to cover up little boo-boos when you're coloring. Okie dokie. Now let's go ahead and do his socks. And I'm going to take my yellow pencil it's actually more of a gold. And then I'm going to come in with a topaz color rhinestone. And I'm going to layer my glue here. Sometimes I have to use a straight pin to open up the glue. Come on. And if that doesn't open up, just go ahead and use your regular glue dispenser. Hold on, got to get my glue to the bottom here. And then I'm going to come in with my topaz rhinestone. And we're going to give this little guy some really fancy socks. Now, again, you guys know I tell you, don't overload with your add-ons or bling. And notice that I'm leaving a little bit of a gap in between. So this guy is really decked out. All right, one more layer. Isn't that cute? Let's put one more on there. Now, you guys know that I always tell you sweat the details, right? Just like when you're doing diamond painting and you're doing intricate placement of your little rhinestones. Yeah, I'm addicted to art supplies too. When you have a coloring piece that through the entire thing you sweated the details, your whole page is going to be a page of details. And that's what's going to make the difference. Okay. Now, back to my olive green pencil. Oh, Sarah, you're going to go to the store, so you may be back? Okay. All right, let me get focused here. So I'm going to be using my olive green and my Payne's gray on the shoes. Hello, my Linda. My Linda has come in the group. Hi, Melinda. Good night, Tammy. Now again, remember that we have the grass poking up around his footy. So we don't want to get too solid with our olive green. All right, here's our lighter area, same pencil. We're just going to lighten that center part. And then I'm going to come in with my Payne's Gray. Tammy, I'm so glad you stopped by. Always a pleasure to have you here. Finger blend. And then I'm going to come in with my white. And we're going to highlight a little bit. But of course, blending that in as well. And then I'm going to come in with a little bit of black. And I'm going to put that black on the very edge of the boot. My Linda, tell us something fun. Finger blend. Now we've got to get that sole of the boot here. I'm going to clean that up a little bit. And I'm going to use my ivory. Meat lovers pizza for supper. Ooh. Pizza is one of your favorite dinners. Oh, good. Now we're all going to be hungry. All right, let's pull out and take a look at this. Oh, Dairy Queen, she loves the mint cocoa blizzard. Guys, look how cute our gnome is. All right. Now, I tortured myself with these teeny tiny beads in gold. I'm going to continue that with these teeny tiny beads in silver. Whoop. So I'm going to go on the belt buckle. But first I've got to fix my little gold beads because I managed to push them around with my finger and glop them all together. Okay, there we go. Actually, while I'm here, I've actually pushed them into looking like a heart. Look at that. Oh, shrimp and noodles. Oh my gosh, that sounds good. Two of my favorite things. Guys, look how I've changed this pattern up into a heart. Much better. One thing I found to be really good is you can make spaghetti, and instead of putting spaghetti sauce on it, butter and salt. Spaghetti is a noodle. Think about it. Yeah, it's just like buttered noodles. Oh, Janie, you made flatbread pizza at work for your ladies at lunch today. Okay, let's get the silver on this buckle and then we can move on to our mad scientist. I'll tell you what, guys, a really neat way to make spaghetti. Take a can of Campbell's tomato soup. Cook your spaghetti. When you add the soup, don't or when you make the soup, don't put in the full amount of water so that it makes like a paste. Heat up your soup, put it over the spaghetti. Add your flavorings like your oregano and garlic and whatever else. Very simple way to make a spaghetti dinner. And it is delicious. It really is. Okay, guys, check out the silver for the buckle. There you go. All right, let me get these little beads back into my container. Okay, guys, check it out. We have a tricked out gnome. Now, I still have to do the beard. I need to finish the gem on the ring, the diamond. But you can see that he's looking really cool. Now, he might look a little over decorated right now, but remember, we don't have this colored around him. As soon as we get the colors in to balance this out, he's going to look really cool. Questions? Next project. Hey, Blossom, do me a favor and contact me over Messenger tonight after the broadcast. That way I can make sure that you're all set to go in the group. Okay. So again, this is Harland. Who is the founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken. There's Kathy. Oh my gosh, Kathy, there you are. Happy New Year, Kathy. Kathy, I was going to contact you tonight to find out where you've been. Okay. Hold on, guys. Got to take care of something here. Happy New Year, Kathy. Okay. Now we've got some cords coming in from our devices here. Eleanor, good night. See you tomorrow, Eleanor. Good night, Eleanor. Good night, Eleanor. Good night, Eleanor. So glad you stopped by tonight. Okay, this is from Creative Heaven. Coloring Heaven, excuse me. We'll get there. Now I'm going to use my Sharpie marker. Hi, ILene. I've been sick with a nasty head cold. Not COVID, just a cold that really loves you. The cold knocked you off your feet. It's nice to be back. Oh, Kathy, yes. All right, now I'm going to add purple. Hold on, let me turn my piece. And then on the other side, I'm going to do green and orange. Kathy, did John get sick too? Oh, you caught the cold from him. Okay, then with my purple as the second color, Let me get my orange in here. Kathy, how's John doing with his hernia surgery? Oh, Kathy, you woke up with a cold on Christmas Day and you spent the day in bed. Oh, and then I'm going to. Oh, you've been sleeping a lot? I bet. I'm going to use my thicker marker here. Now, this will start to all make sense once we start getting this equipment here. But when I'm done with the second spike, I'm going to go up and work on his hair and mustache and all that stuff. All right. take a look at this. And all of this is going to start to come together. So Kathy, John's doing okay. He has back spasms. He'll call the doctor tomorrow. He'll probably need to go to physical therapy. It's really cold here, so he's resting. Okay, I'm going to make my mad scientist a redhead. So the way that we do that, we'll start out with our brown. I'm going to have a gold brown, a brown brown, and then we're going to add a dark red to that. So let me swatch the colors for you. Here's our gold brown. Our darker brown. And then our red. And interestingly enough, this is called dark brownish red. And I'll be adding a little bit of orange in there as well. Trust me, it works. Kathy, I've been doing okay. I really have. Thank you for asking. Okay, so let's start on the left-hand side here. So here's our darker brown. Our lighter brown. And then our red. And I'm using that red to blend the two browns together. Now notice our darker brown is inside the recesses of the hair, the darker areas. And then we'll come in with our lighter brown. And then we'll come in with our red. Now, to change up the shadings of red in the hair, I'm going to come in with my red first. And then we'll come in with our medium brown. And then we'll come in with our dark brown. In the corner where that curl starts. Isn't that pretty? And then of course we'll just do variations of it as we go along. Okay. Let's put our light brown in between here. And then our dark brown to emphasize the shadows of the curl. All right. And then we'll knock that down a little bit with our brown. This is our light brown. And then the dark brown for the shading and the shadowing. Sybil S., good night. Enjoy your noodles and shrimp. Oh man, that sounds good. Now I'm going to want to get some pre-cooked shrimp from Sam's and do the same thing with my spaghetti. Butter, spaghetti, and the shrimp. Oh. Add shrimp to my Sam's shopping list.
Okay, I added shrimp to the Sam's shopping list.
Okay, light brown. And then our darker brown. And then our red. All right. Light brown. Medium brown. And then our red. Let me pull out so you can see how this is building up. Now I'm going to do a little bit of the hair on the head, but I'm also going to do the mustache and the beard tonight. I just wanted to give you an idea how this is all going to look. Okay. Light brown. Our medium brown. Let me come in a little closer. And then our red. Now, eventually, let me show you this as well while I'm here. But eventually, I'm going to come back with my Payne's Gray. And I'm going to, good night, Lois. I'm going to detail the spaces between the curls. Good night, Miss Lois. So glad you were here with us tonight. Sweet dreams, sleep well, and keep nice and warm. All right, notice how I'm coloring inside the curls and by our edges here. Any questions about how to detail this? Finger blend. Oh, Grace says, oh no, according to the map, ice is on the way. Yeah, that's what we're going to get here. Okay, now let's take a look at it again from the distance. Check it out. All right, let me grab something here. Yeah, the ice is the worst part, isn't it? Grace, yes, it is Payne's Gray. I've been so wrapped up in my coloring, I've been forgetting to drink my water. I love it. Okay, let's work on some eyebrows here. Now, I could go with black eyebrows, but our red's going to look more dramatic. So let's start out with our brown. Don't forget to put your hand on your paper towel. This is my light brown. Our darker brown. Isn't that cool looking? And then our brick red. Or no, dark brownish red, excuse me. Okay, Kathy, thank you. And what I want you to notice is that each color that I'm using, I'm not filling in the complete brow with it. I'm letting each color shine through. All right, let's get the other one done. I'm going to have to turn my page a little bit. There's our light brown. And I accidentally picked up my red, but that's okay. So that was my red. And now I have my dark brown. Now I'm going to grab my flesh color that I was using and we'll fill in that skin color just above the eye that I accidentally left. Check it out. I love these eyebrows. Very, very expressive. Okay, let's get our mustache here. So, do you think the red looks good on our mad scientist here? let me look up something real quick. Okay, mustache. I'm using my light brown as my base coat because I want that light brown to influence the subsequent colors. In other words, I could have just started out with my dark brown at the base right underneath the nose, but I wanted a slightly different look. All right, let me bring my camera in a little bit more. Excuse me the movement. Now, notice how I'm following the lay of the mustache when I color this. And anytime you're coloring an area, if it's got lines like this, because for example it's hair or a mustache, you want to follow that direction with your pencils. Okay, so there's my light. Here's my dark. Isn't that pretty? And notice how I'm skipping the space a little bit here so that lightness comes through at the bottom. And then we'll come in with that red. Now, don't pound in your red. You want to skim that color in. And then keep working it until you get the brightness that you want. All right, and let's start in from the tip with that red. And then we can come back with our dark brown. Isn't that beautiful? And then I'm just going to finger blend that just a little bit. And notice that I'm blending it in the direction of the hair. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you a slightly different way on how to do the other side of this mustache. You remember when I laid my base color down of my light all the way through the entire thing? I'm going to do this a little bit differently so that you can see the technique. So I'm going to come in with my darker brown on this area where it's shaded. So we'll do that first. Now, normally when I'm coloring, obviously I wouldn't be doing these sides of these mustaches differently, but this is a teaching group, so I wanted to show you the difference. All right, let me turn this. Get my paper towel underneath my hand. And of course, don't forget to, when you pick up your pencil, turn your pencil, rotate it a little bit. Keeps the point longer. And then I'm going to come in with my lighter brown, because of course this is the lighter portion of the mustache. I'm going to back blend over my previous color. Remember, that's for the blending. You want a really smooth transition. And again, I'm not rushing through this, and I'm getting my layers on here. Now, you can do multiple layers with one color. I think that a lot of people think when you say layers that involves different colors. And the answer is not necessarily. What it involves is that while you're coloring, you're going to go back and forth over your same area with your pencil. Okay. And then I'm going to come back with my red. And again, notice how our shading maintains that color and shade even under layer of colored pencils. That's what's so neat about colored pencils. Okay, let's bring that red around. Now, notice on the left-hand side of the mustache, we've got these little whiskers sticking out. But when this was drawn in, we didn't get very many on this other side. So, I'm going to add them. Isn't that cool? All right, let me pull out. I think we've got a really cool looking mad scientist. Now, I'm going to come in with some black. Oh, let me find my black. And I'm going to shade a little bit underneath, or shadow, excuse me, shadow underneath our nose area. Now, look at the difference between the two sides in doing that. It looks a lot more detailed and it looks richer. And guys, these are your little touches that when you add them and add the detail, this is where your coloring is going to stand head and shoulders above other people's work. Okay. So here are the two different ways to do the mustache. Let's go ahead and get our beard in, see if we can do that before time runs out. So here's my dark brown. Take your time, turn your pencil when you lift it. Let me zoom in. Let me entertain you. So guys, am I entertaining? Am I entertaining or annoying? I'm just kidding. Okay, so there's my dark. Now my lighter brown. Entertaining all the way. And again, notice how I'm following the swing of the beard when I color this. Isn't that cool? All right, let's come in with our red. And again, notice how I'm following the V. Now, I want that red to be a little more dimensional here. So I'm going to come back with my dark brown. And add the lines to it. See how I'm doing that? So it's just not a flat red. And that's the difference between coloring the two ways here, is that if I had added my base color and then put my colors on top of this red wouldn't have looked so flat. But because I had just the red, I had to come in now and compensate for that. Make sure you understand that difference. Maggie, good night. I'm only going to be on for 5 more minutes, but yeah. Give Allie a big hug for us. Okay, now I want you to notice how this beard part disappears into the mustache part. So we need to take our Payne's Gray and add that little bit of shadow underneath the mustache. See it? And now all of a sudden that mustache is going to pop out a little more. But again, you just want to skim in that darker color. Now, I'm going to come in one more color. Then I'm going to come in with my black right close to that edge. And that really gives us dimension. So we have Payne's Gray and we have the black. What a difference. Let me come back with my Payne's Gray a little bit underneath this lip part. A little bit of a finger blend. Let's take a look at this. Now, one thing I noticed right off the bat, hang with me guys. See how I've got my darker color on either side and that looks weird. So I'm going to come in with my dark brown. And we need to balance that out a little bit. Much better. See how it made a difference? Okay. Let me pull out. Now, look at our face. We've got quite the look with this. Okay, I'm going to call it an evening. We've got our mad scientist. We have our little gnome. And I think our gnome is turning out beautifully. Okay, guys, this is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick, guys. Joyous coloring. Please share this broadcast. Please hit that like arrow. It takes you 2 seconds. And it means so much to the group. I hope you learned something. I hope you had fun. I really like how our mad scientist is coming out. I really love the rich color on the reds. I think I'll zoom in on him tonight. How's that? Okay, guys, take care. Stay safe. Stay warm. I will see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. And we'll see what other trouble we can get into. All right, guys, take care. Bye.